Inquiry doesn't have to be a mysterious process. It doesn't have to be a highly technical process. It's not something that only special people understand or get. It really comes from your own natural curiosity, from the innocent curiosity of a child. So my recommendation is to look into your experience on a moment-to-moment basis and find where you can start to become curious, naturally curious about what is happening, what is appearing, how things feel, how thought moves. Why do we believe what we believe? Where's the one who feels like they're living this life that you call your life? Where's the location of that one? Where does it feel like attention is growing out from? What's the source of experience? Whether it's the experience of yourself, or the experience of a sound, the experience of movement, the experience of distance. Just apply this simple curiosity to your experience right now, to the environment. What feels this body sense? What am I taking reference from to know that sensation is occurring now? The sensation of your feet touching the floor. The sensation of breath moving the chest, the belly. What is the nature of that sensation? How do you know it's there? How do you know it's sensation? How do you know it's a body? When you ask these questions and look into your experience, you might find that the answers are thought. For instance, if you ask yourself right now, who or what is hearing the sound? This can be the sound of my voice, or the music, or the ambient sound. When you ask the question of yourself, who or what hears this? What happens immediately? Does the mind start answering the question with some concepts like, well, I hear it, or the ear hears it, or the brain is processing information? So if your attention immediately moves to thoughts, or is already in thoughts, just notice that. And then return your attention to the sound itself. Notice the hearing and the sound are both there at the same time. So you don't need those thoughts to tell you what's happening. So then, who or what is hearing? And see if your mind continues to chatter, or if you're able to keep your attention in the experience itself without labeling, without adding anything conceptual, without describing, without visually imagining a space, a room, a sound source, a body, an ear. Now, if you can just remain with that, the sound itself, isn't it curious that nothing more is needed than the sound hearing. It's primary to all thought. That sound hearing was happening before your brain was complex enough to process information, to become self-aware, to learn about hearing and how it's propagated, or sound, how sound is propagated. Before learning you're the one hearing, and then learning what you think you are conceptually. That hearing, that sound, that pure experience was already there. So it's primary to all conceptuality. But don't take my word for it. This is what inquiry is for. What hears the sound right now? Where is the sound? When you gaze up into the sky, where is that? Practice this in real time. Notice the moment the mind gets a hold and starts explaining things. Then return your attention to the experience itself, the raw experience. Where is this sky? Where is this experience of sky? And let all the labels drop. Feel into it. Is it inside or outside? What is moving? When you notice movement, what is it that's moving? Again, the mind will have an easy answer for this, a simple answer. But discard that. Return your attention to the movement itself. You can even ask, how do I know there's movement? What is being referenced to know movement from stillness? Where's the reference point? If I have to monitor it throughout time, on a timeline, what is it that's moving from moment to moment? Can you find it? So without referencing time, what is the difference between movement and stillness? You can apply this kind of inquiry to anything. What is the difference between outside and inside? Pick something that appears to be outside. It can be any sensory experience. Now pick something that appears to be inside. It will often be a sensation. But if it feels or appears as if sound is inside, so be it. Now, how do you know that the first experience is outside and the second experience is inside? Look into the experience itself. Do you find a differentiating feature that's not conceptual? Sample the experience itself. Can you hold both experiences simultaneously? And if so, what does inside and outside mean anymore? This is how you proceed with inquiry. Start with something that you're naturally curious about and follow it all the way in. The keys are: be ruthlessly honest with yourself about what you're actually experiencing, what you're actually finding. Know the difference between a conceptual designation or conceptual conclusion and the most raw experience itself. This is very important. And third, just keep at it. Don't just ask the question once, get a little taste, and then think about it endlessly or write about it or talk about it. Keep investigating.